Welcome to Gold Fever Radio.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank. It ain't that long till I'm back at the farm.
Hey, welcome everybody, Gold Fever Radio. Sure glad you guys all tuned in for another exciting adventure. Once again, it's Wednesday. It is, what is it? September 20th, 2023 already. Can you believe it? You know, there's only 102 days left in this year. This year's about over with. Let's see what's happened in this world. Oh, in case you're wondering, it's very bright in here. And I was at Walmart the other day, and they had these supplements on hair growth, and I thought, well, let me get some of them because I could grow some hair. I woke up the next day, bam! Wow, I couldn't believe it. Let's see who's hanging out here. We got Paul, Mishak, Minutemen Adventures. Let's see, Josh Cooper. Good evening, Josh. Trippin' Tommy. Red. Hello, Steve Collier. Oh, Birdman. I see you're okay. I hope you're feeling better after all your dental work and implants and all of that. Let's see. Red. You got a question where to detect? You know, that's very interesting you asked that because we got some topics we're going to be talking about on prospecting. Yeah, Tommy says move. That's very good advice. If you're not finding gold where you're digging, move. Let's see. Buck Rackley, hello. Stephen Peasley, hello. Okay, so anyways, we'll catch up back up there a little bit later. What else is going on? Today is National Fried Rice Day. Oh, it's National Fried Rice Day. It's National Pepperoni Pizza Day. Pepperoni, very important. Not sausage, pepperoni. It's also National String Cheese Day and National Punch Day. I don't know if that means National Punch Day as in punch or if that means National Drink of Punch. That I'm not sure. Let's see, on this day in history, 2001, in an address to Congress and the American people, George W. Bush declared war on terror. 2019, students in 185 countries staged the world's largest ever protest on climate change. Blah, blah, blah. 1984, Crosby Show airs. I don't know when it was taken down. Anyway, all that stuff. 1969, the virtual cartoon band Archie single, Sugar. You guys remember that? Sugar, Sugar, a lot of you. Let's see if it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. You share birthdays with people like Sophia Loren. She is 89. And if you're born on this day, you're a Virgo. So let's see. What does it say about a Virgo? You root for the underdog. And align yourself with winners today. Let's see, events. What's going on in the event world? October 5th, we start our metal detecting hunts here in camp. That'll be the first one, October 5th. It's the first Saturday of every month. We do the metal detecting hunts. And, of course, November, it'll be the second Saturday because in November we're doing that rendezvous thing, treasure hunter, whatever rendezvous thing. As you guys know, last week with Wayne, we talked about that. So other than that, it's the first Saturday. So it starts October 5th is the first one. Then Meadview Push is October 14th and 15th up there in Meadview, where we got the backhoe. We're going to push some ground down and get us some nuggets because we like nuggets. November 18th and 19th out in this area on the claim out here is a Patreon channel supporter outing. And hopefully I'll have the backhoe out then and we'll do a push out here. So that'll be, we'll start that with the Patreons, maybe outings. They can have first shot at it. I met with BLM out there last week on the claim and went over everything, and they just approved the notice for that area. So it's just a matter now of giving them some cash, which I'll work on that in the future, but so we can get that going. Let's see, December 28th and 1/1 is our extravaganza out here in the camp. That's a few days we get together, we dig, share the gold, have a party, all that type of stuff. Our wheel is now full, so all those that participated, thank you. Yeah, Josh came in. Yeah, Josh bought everything out, bought them all out. So Josh filled the wheel up. So, but anyway, thank you everyone for buying spots into that thing. Let's see, the campground is fully open. People are starting to book up for October. That's basically when the season starts, is October. Got some specials going on, like if you do the 6-month special, your 6 month is free. You also get a free year's membership in the club. But you can find all that information out on the website at goldfeveradventuresandresort.com. And so you can go check all that out. Let's see, I got this email just to, oh, it doesn't recognize my face. Duh, I don't know why. Huh. I got to go in here manually. Okay, so I got this email that says, I've been following Gold Fever Adventures and treasure hunting for a while. Seriously tracking your progress. Racking up, I don't know what this is. 1741774. What's that? 17,474,000. I don't know. But anyway, that's a lot of views with 460 videos. And you have over 10,600 subscribers. So, hey, thank you all you guys for subscribing to the channel and helping that grow. As some of you guys know, years ago, anyway, there was this book. It says, In Search of Buried Treasures. I can't believe that. The date on here was 2008. So I guess in 2008, I put together this book on a few buried treasures that I was kind of out looking for, searching for, and stuff like that. And then it's also got a section in here on how old is the can. When you go into mining dumps and you see a bunch of cans, so it gives you a bunch of information on how to date the can, so it helps you date the area where you're at. Anyways, I don't have any more of these books, but so what I went ahead and did is I put them up on Amazon, on Kindle. So if you went to Amazon and you search In Search of Buried Treasures, you'll see that book. For those that give crap, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's see who snuck into the chat room while I wasn't paying attention here. Let me back up and see who we got here. Patty's Adventures, hello. Hobo Rob Prospecting, hello. Terry Curry. Jay, hello Jay, what's happening? Hope you're getting all your stuff together, Jay, for your big move and everything going good and all that type of great stuff. Let's see. Guess that's who. David Villa. David, you still never gave us your t-shirt sizes and that type of stuff. Anyways, you know what? I got to lose these glasses. Oh, at least got to get them off. Man, you know what? They kind of hurt my eyes. I felt better with my eyes. They're like better there. I was taking some hair growth pills, Jay, and it just made my hair grow. So, anyways, okay. Let's talk about gold prospecting. Now, let me back this up again. Yeah, there's no guest for this week's show. Next week, we've got Joe and Pete, metal detector people. Some of you guys remember them. Pete's got that whole house as a museum with a bunch of Civil War stuff and bombs and grenades and all that type of stuff. Anyway, they're scheduled to be on the show for next week. So, okay, so Red wants to know, I have a quick question, anyone. I have been mining the Morristown area of claims and finding very little, like 2 or 3 specks per 5-gallon bucket. Need help with any kind of advice. Okay, so let's talk gold prospecting. Roland Sexton, Prospecting Equipment, welcome. So, prospecting. Everybody knows. We'll do this Q&A. How's that? There are 3 types of prospecting. You guys all know the 3 types of prospecting, right? Gold prospecting. There are 3 types. I think I look better with these dark glasses on, don't you? I kind of look like a Mad Dog or whatever his name was, huh? Bounty Hunter. Yeah, hey, what's happening there? Okay, I just feel so much meaner when I put these glasses on. Just changes everything. James Lane, howdy from Montana. Okay, okay. Three types of prospecting. Randy Savage. Okay, there you go. Three types of prospecting. You guys all know what three types of prospecting are. Okay, Red, we're going to give you some hints here on where to find gold at. Three types of prospecting. You got your dry, you got your wet, and you got your electronic. Okay, those are the three basic types of prospecting. Leon Russell, up on the tightrope. Okay. Yeah, but I couldn't sing like him, huh? Okay. Three types of prospecting. Okay. Anyways, you guys now distracted me. So three types of prospect. Electronic. So dry would be like dry washers, that type of stuff. Wet would be your gold panning, high banking, dredging, sluicing, all that type of stuff would be wet. And of course, electronics is metal detectors. So those are really your three types. So depending on where you want to go to, will determine what you have to do. Of course, if you're in some states like back east and that, people they never even heard of a dry washer. They don't even know what a dry washer is. Dry washers won't work if the ground is damp, and back east they have a lot of moisture, so generally dry washers don't work back east. So they only work out in the desert when your ground is kind of dry. But if it rains, dry washers won't work either. So recirculators always work good. So a lot of people will go out to the desert, get buckets of dirt, bring them back, and run them through little recirculators. That or haul water out there and set up equipment and run the material. So where do you look for gold? Well, you know that gold, people look in rivers and streams and washes and on the desert and mountains and blah, blah, blah. Those are places to look for gold. But now everybody knows that gold doesn't come from the rivers and the washes and the streams. It comes from up on the hills and mountains, and it works its way down into those spots, the rivers and stuff like that. And eventually, all gold will make it out to the oceans. So, knowing that it comes downhill, you start to look for the smaller areas that lead into the bigger areas, your little tributaries. People like to look in tributaries for gold because they generally produce the better gold. Uh, but you can start in your washes and go up and just the old timers would get in a wash and dry pan or whatever they did, and they'd follow it up to its source. So you can get in a area like so. If you're wherever you're working red, it's not paying off. Just go ahead and move, like Tommy says, move. Go find a different area. That's why it's called prospecting. You're looking for gold. You're prospecting. Once you find the gold, then you become a miner because then you got to mine it. First, you got to find it. So you're a prospector. And that's what a lot of us are. We're prospectors. So follow the old timers. The old timers found where the gold was. So old tailing piles, your mine dumps, dry wash piles. Dry wash, the old timers did a lot of dry washing, especially in the desert, the Morse towns and all that. They knew where the gold was. So follow the old timers' evidences. You know, the old, just your tailing piles and all of that. You see a lot of tailing piles on a hillside. There's a reason why they dug in all of those. Then you got to get more technical. What were in those tailing piles? Were they after silver, gold, platinum, or whatever they were after? Not everything is a precious metal. They were after crap to build sheetrock with and build, other stuff, steel and tungsten. So there's more than the mines than just the gold mine. So you have to kind of look at the rocks. So looking at the area you're looking for, what kind of clues you're looking for? You're looking for reddish dirt because that's iron. So you like iron. You paying attention to this, Red? if you see quartz, how does the quartz look? What kind of quartz is it? So look at your rock. Is a lot of the rocks in your washes, are they round or jagged? That'll tell you if they've had any weathering on them or any water in that area of erosion. You look for contact zones, and seams, and any place where gold is going to hang up at. Everything works its way downhill from the high spot and the low spot eventually. So look at your surrounding, look at where the low spots are, and start to prospect around the low spots, and then start to work your way up. Luis Humberto Rajos Cortez. Hello, I'm from Chile. All right, welcome all the way from Chile. Uh, I think you're right. Now that I take. Okay, so those are some things to help you read on prospecting. You know, a lot of times I like to look. People look for black sands. That's a clue when you're. Oh, thanks, Craig. Welcome. Uh, when you're panning, look at your black sands. Your black sands is a good indication on what gold is there. If you're not finding any black sands, then you may not really find a lot of gold. Uh, there is the old saying, which you guys have all heard: wherever you find gold, you'll find black sands, but wherever you find black sand, you don't always find gold. So look at your black sands, and is it really fine black sand where it's been hammered to death? That probably means it's traveled quite a distance and it's been fined down and chopped down. The gold will probably be chopped down also, so it'll be very fine. So when you're looking for black sand, you like to find your chunky black sand, chunky gold. So look for the larger pieces of black sands. Uh, and then, of course, quartz rock. Gold, is not always associated with quartz, but it's a good indication for gold. So you like quartz, you like your black sands, you like granite. That's your sand in that, but your granite can have a lot of your quartz and feldspars and blah blah stuff in there. Now I'm not a geologist. I'm just making this shit up. I'm reading a book right here. I'm not a geologist, so don't take anything I say. These are just things I've learned over the years. A lot of people look for greenstones. Sometimes you hear about the greenstones. I believe that's called like epidote. But so a lot of people will look for the green rock. That is a good indication. It's kind of a lot of times you'll see it attached to granite. You'll see quartz and all that type of stuff attached to all of that. James, behave. This is an A-rated show. So, oh shit. Hello, Jerry. How the hell are you doing? So, anyways, those are all indications for gold. Look for your low spots. If you're in a wash, you always hear people say inside bins, and those are all true. Your blowouts, any place that can stop gold from traveling, because gold is heavier than anything else in that dirt, twice as heavy as anything else, and it wants to settle out and get lodged. If it doesn't get lodged enough in the next blowout, water flowing down, it can blow it out and push it further down until it lodges itself and gets trapped pretty well down. So look for all that type of stuff. Okay, that's all I got. It's everything I got to say. Hey, been out following. When you getting back here, Bird Eye? I'm going looking for these treasures. I got these awesome treasures I got to go find. So let's see. Coming to you soon, Jerry Prince. You coming out here, Jerry? Coming to a theater near you soon? You know what? Before I forget and get in any trouble, let me play this commercial. Hold on, folks. We'll be right back.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. And an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level with ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Give us a call at 831-479-1500 or visit www.icmj.com. That's www.icmj.com.
Do you enjoy metal detecting? Do you enjoy finding gold? Join us on October 14th and 15th, Saturday and Sunday, when we will do a push on a private mining claim located near Meadview, Arizona, which is south of Lake Mead in the Lost Basin area. We have found a lot of gold in the past. We will be back. With a backhoe, we will expose new ground in proving nugget patches. Join us and get your share of the gold. We will be on site to help anyone who needs help with their detector or in locating their share of the gold. The cost is only $100 per person. We will even provide hamburgers on Saturday night. You can camp on the claim or stay in the nearby RV park or hotel. Call now and reserve your spot in this limited hunt. Call 928-851-7167. That number again is 928-851-7167. Call now.
All right, Red. So anyways, I hope that we answered some of your questions. But that Mining Journal, their wealth of information on helping you locate, because, they talk about equipment and dry washers and metal detectors and, where to kind of look for stuff. Anyway, that's an excellent magazine to have. Probably the best magazine out there. I also get this worthless magazine too, but this is the best magazine you can have for prospecting. So, 3 weeks, perfect. I keep wanting to get up there and go check out this area because it's very, very interesting. I want to sneak up there any day I get a chance to run up there and go check it out. So I'm going to go look at some stuff. But I did find some stuff. Anyway, we'll talk about all that, Bird Eye, when you get out here. Wow. Getting a call, whoever that is. I don't know. Hopefully he'll leave me a message. Oh, you guys are speaking now Spanish back and forth. Man, I need an interpreter. Now, let's see. Be careful going out to the Vicksburg claims. Half of the road is missing in calcite wash on Desert Mine Road. Yeah, when you're taking that road going to the back way of the claims, that road is missing. I'm surprised they haven't been out there to fix that yet. But gentlemen, how many do you allow in the push? We want no more than 20 people on the push. I'm not sure what the count is up to, but I know we haven't reached the 20 people yet, so you're still okay if you're interested in that. You just have to call that number, get more information. But because we push so much ground, and that's why we don't want too many people there, because then they just start to interfere with each other and all that type of stuff. So it's limited on what we push. But just in the area where we're going to be pushed this next push at, I have probably pulled off over 200 nuggets. I know just in one of them pictures that showed all the nuggets on that, that coral, there was 75 nuggets on there that I pulled off just within a couple of weeks in this same area. So a lot of it has been hunted, but that's surface. So that's why we want to peel off the first few inches, because now it's going to expose new ground that sensitivity where the detectors just couldn't quite pick up, or it was too quiet, or too where it was just they didn't pick them up or whatever. So hopefully pushing down will expose a lot of new nuggets. I know last time we did it, I think there was I think it was 32 nuggets total what was found, if I recall. Josh, I heard that you're coming out to this next push too. Josh was out at the last push too. So I'll have to help you find gold this time, Josh. Okay. You guys like my flowing hair? I got to style it. I got it wet. I got out of the shower and it was all wet and it just curled up on me. This desert humidity. I got to get one of them straightener things and straighten it out, I guess. But, okay, so it's my new look. Before when I had longer hair, it was always getting in the way. Anyway, we won't get into all that. Okay, so you got a Gold Monster 1000. Hey, that I picked up there in all that conversation. You Spanish-speaking people, you. Okay, we're going to change the name to, I don't know what. Anyways, so did that answer all your questions, Red? You got any more questions? Or did that get them all for you? Anybody got any questions? Hey, this probably going to just be a real fast show tonight. Cheers, everybody. Halloween's coming up soon. I'm practicing my Halloween stuff is what I'm trying to practice. So I'll be going up to Meadview. Let's see, that is October 14th and 15th. I'll probably be going up there. So that's on a what does that fall on? That's on a Saturday, October the 20th. Man, that's in less than a month away. So I will be going up there. That's the 14th and 15th. I'll probably be going up there like around the 11th or 12th. I'll be up there to get things situated and start to get things set up and all that type of stuff. So that's my plans. So Will is full. When is the drawing? Good question. I mentioned that we're going to draw tomorrow. Cheers, Jay. We're going to draw tomorrow right here at 5 o'clock. Same everything right here tomorrow. Tons of prizes, tons of stuff to give away. I got it all back there sitting down. So we'll be giving that all away tomorrow. How's everything going, Jay? How's the I guess I'll get that blue machine working at the end of the year here when everybody gets here and fill that water pond up, and hopefully I'll have some dirt here. No hombre. No comprendo, hombre. Don't know. Si, senor. No comprende. Professor, cheers. Okay. I do have my my nugget jar that I've got to fill up. I'm still working on trying to get that filled up. We've got a long ways to go. So, let's see, what else is new? Sunday, I went out. Nut Loco. See, drawing 5 o'clock p.m. That's right, tomorrow, 5 o'clock. A lot of you know I got involved with scuba diving. So I went out last Sunday and up there in Lake Havasu. And that's where I always go up there to scuba dive, is Lake Havasu. So I was up there Sunday scuba diving. I'll probably go up there. I don't know if I'll make it this Sunday. Maybe the following Sunday I'll go back again. It's just It's something different. I like to metal detect inside the coves and that where a lot of the tourist people go at to hang out at. So go up there and do that. Let's see. You guys all speak in Spanish now. Okay. Me no understand. Sí. No one no comprende. No understands Spanish. I have to ask my phone to interpret what it is. Okay. Uh, you guys got any questions? I guess Red left, huh? You didn't say if that answered all your questions or not. I guess it must have because you left because you're not there no more. So if anybody can give Red any advice out in that area, there's a lot of gold out there in the Morristown area. I'm not sure which claim you're working on out there. GPA's got claims out there. Roadrunners have claims out there. There's a lot of gold out there. Always find gold. No, that's not true. I don't always find gold, but I have found gold. I have found a lot of gold over my years. I have found more gold probably within these last year. I found more gold in this last year, maybe last couple of years. I have found more gold than I have my entire life. I probably looked for it more these last couple of years. No, I don't. No, years ago, I used to have friends that go out and metal detect. I hate metal detecting. I hated metal detecting. I was a dry washer. I loved to dry wash. And metal detectors, they'd go out and hunt all day and they'd come back with nothing. I could dry wash and I'd always find gold. So I always thought, I'm going to get gold every day. And friends I had metal detecting say, you can dry wash every day, all day long for that little pile of gold you get. I may go a week without finding any gold, but when I find gold, it'll be bigger than what you found all week dry washing. I'd say, yeah, whatever. Well, over the years, I have found out that is true. And it's also less work. So I started taking up metal detecting. So I bought some metal detectors, very expensive ones, and gone out. I do have that MindLab, which, by the way, MindLab sucks. I hope they're listening because MindLab sucks. I don't know if I can repeat that enough. MindLab sucks. They all got problems. They're all overpriced and they all suck. They all have a problem. Something's wrong with every one. But anyway, so I got the MindLab 6000. I found a lot of gold with it. It has paid for itself. I have the Gold Monster, and that has paid for itself. I have the 7000, that never paid for itself. I have Equinoxes, they never paid for itself. I have Fisher underwater machine, that never paid for itself. I have the Gold Bug 2, that never paid for itself. I have, Noctas, and that never paid for itself. Legends, that never paid for itself. So, like I say, the sad thing is, I've used like MindLab is really probably the only gold machines that are out there, and they don't have no competition, and that's a sad thing. I'm hoping that Garrett, they came out with the Axiom. That Axiom was actually a pretty decent machine, and I found gold with the Axiom, but it just had a few problems that I didn't like. So I'm hoping that they will step up and kind of, work on a second batch and release and do some updates to make that a better machine and compete with MindLab. Because the company needs to step up to compete with MindLab. And until that happens, they're really all that's there. But they do suck. Every single one of them. My Equinox 800? I've got two of them. I've got one with the 5-inch coral and one with the 11-inch. I was tired of switching coral, so I just switched machines. It's easier to do that. But on one of them Equinoxes, the nut where the coral hooks on, that broke. So I had to fix that. The other one I got, the headphones quit working. The pairing, they just quit working. They don't work anymore, so I can't use my headphones with it. On the 6000, a lot of people in the beginning, the speakers were coming loose and the screws were in there, so they had to take them apart to tighten up the screws. I've heard they have a grounding problem, and some people are sending them back to fix this grounding problem. They're like constant chatter. They're always making noise, like EMI. They're very, very sensitive to EMI. Every time you burp, uh, the machine will go off. Every time you, anyways, they're very sensitive. My 7000, where you plug in to charge, that broke. So I had to take it all apart and solder it and everything back together. One of my batteries on the 6000 just died. I ended up having to send it back for repair. So they do have a lot of problems. Herb, how you doing? Time and Tide MD, hello. Are you going to do a push on the Vicksburg claim? Yes, I am planning that. That's going to be that November, whatever I said that was in November on the Patreon channel supporter outing thing that we're going to do. I'm hopefully that I'll have my bonds put together by then, so we can go out there, and then you guys will have first shot at it. The Patreons and channel supporters will have first shot metal detecting, dry washing before I opened it up to anybody else, club members and stuff like that. Anybody that is interested in joining the club, you can do that at goldfeverradio.com. There's information on joining the club there. I think we got like 22 claims. They're all mostly out there in the western part of Arizona, but there's some decent claims. What is the best metal detector you have? Well, my go-to one I use all the time is the 6000. The best one I have is probably the 7000. That's the most expensive. 7,000 was, that's like, well, those were like $8,000. The 6,000, they're like $6,000. When I went to Alaska, so a lot of you heard the story. When I went to Alaska, I took up the 2300. I've had 2 or 3 2300s in my life, and I've only found like maybe 3 pieces of gold with all of them I had. When I went to Alaska, I took up the Gold Monster and the 2300. I didn't find anything with the 2300. I found over 30 nuggets, and they were all with the Gold Monster. The guy that I was up there kind of hunting with, that we kind of partnered up and always went out together, he used the Equinox with the 5-inch coral on there, and he found probably just as much gold as I did. He was finding flakes of gold, and he came out here on a claim out here that we got, finding just flakes of gold. But he had that machine dialed in. He knew exactly, how to use it, and that's the most important. No matter what machine you got, learn how to use that machine. Study that machine. Listen to the noises and all that. What's cool about the Equinox, they have that screen on it that has a numbering system on it. And gold being very low conductivity, if that's the right word, it's low numbers, so gold rings up very low on that machine. And that's generally so you can tell if it's way up there that it's not going to be gold. Where although, gold being non-ferrous, just like a lot of your other leads and brass, a lot of your non-ferrouses, all those compared together the same size, gold has a less conductivity, so it won't be as loud. It'll be a little, not as dense or whatever you call that there. Anyway, so learn the machine. Can you imagine if you had the 6000 in Alaska? Yes, I wished I would have had it when I was in Alaska. I do, but I didn't. Crevice tool, her. Let's see. Hangtown News Network, watching from mountains outside Lake Tahoe, the mother lode. Lake Tahoe's a cool place. Okay, what's Patty say? In truth, Jack really does love mine. I don't love Mine Labs. I really don't. I wish there was another company that would compete with them. Good night, Steve. Paul, road trip. You coming out here? You doing a road trip? So, anyways, that's what's happening, guys. It's the, all the events, all that's happening, all that's going on. and all of that type of stuff. So, like I say, next week we'll have Pete and Joe. They're two funny guys. They're good guys. They're do a lot of metal detecting and a lot of cool treasures they have found over the years, and so that'll be good. Deus, hello, Buck. The Deus is a good machine. That the new one, the Deus 2. I went out to Quartzsite one time with these guys. There's a couple of guys. They had the Deuses, and I used the Gold Monster. They both found gold, and I didn't. So again, they knew their machine, and it was dialed in, and they knew the sounds or the numbering and what they're looking for and all of that type of stuff. So I've used the Deuses, but I've just used like that Equinox so many times that I just my go-to machine. Now I can take that Equinox into a park, let's just say, and I don't know the numbers right off, so I'm just going to guess. But let's say it's a quarter. A quarter may ring up 29, and it's going to be pretty solid, 28, maybe 29, but it's just right there, 29, 29, 29. You get a good solid tone, it's something, a target to dig. Generally on the Equinox, I only dig targets above 18, maybe. But so, like a dime might be 24, number 24, and a penny's right there close by that too. Now I got that Manticore. What a piece of shit that is also. Mind Lab sucks if I didn't tell you that. So I took that into a park. I'd get a quarter. Man, that sucker's all over the place. 59, 70, 36, 39. It couldn't decipher what the hell it is. And it doesn't matter what it was. I was digging. I found more bottle caps and pop tops with that machine. It would register solid on the trash, but on the good stuff, it was all over the place. The only thing that has going for it has that 2D screen. So there's a line where anything good, low conductivity, is way down at the bottom, and anything high is at the other end. And you want it to be on that line. That's the only thing that machine's got going for it. Other than that, that's a waste of money for that much money. I think a person's going to spend that type of money, I would probably get the Equinox 900 compared to that Manta crap machine. I got one of them too, and I've used it like 4 times. Anyways, okay. You guys instigate me, Terry. What? Anyways, everything I say is just my opinions. So, it may not be true. I'm just telling you my opinions, my experiences, and that's all I can do. I don't sugarcoat. I don't go out detecting and finding gold every single time I go out. That's not true. I don't go out. I mean, I'm a Garrett dealer. I'm a Fisher dealer. They won't let me have a Mind Lab dealership, so I'm not a Mind Lab dealership. But you'll never see me go out with a Gold Bug 2 or an Axiom and show you a bunch of gold I found and then tell you afterwards, and I have these for sale. That I just say, okay, when you see those people, they go out find gold and they got it for sale. Okay, yeah, right. Anyways, you don't always find gold. So I go out, I try to document and video a lot of my adventures when I go out. I try to do more. I may not always find gold, but I try at least to show you areas to look for gold or give you some pointers about the machines or other things. So it's just not, nope, never found no gold, hunt up, no gold. I know everybody wants to see gold, and I'd love to go out there and show you gold, but the reality is you're not always going to find gold. And if I had to go out there and search for all week, 12 hours a day, to find gold so I could show you gold every time I detect and then show you how I can sell you these machines, well, I guess then that's what you do, but that I don't do. Richard Duke, hello. Maybe give those machines his door. Yeah. Stephen, overpriced, that's for sure. Yes, they are. They've always been overpriced because they don't have any competition. I remember the first machine I ever got was that SD 2200, and I hiked up the mountain with another guy. This was up in Rich Hill, and this was in July. We were camping up there, and I got it 2200. And so I carried the machine, he carried the pick and the beer. So we had one of them chair bags. And inside that chair bag, we put a beer, a little ice, a beer, a little ice. And I think there was a total of 6 beers in this chair bag, 3 each. So we started up the top of Rich Hill in July. Now it's 120 degrees. I don't know. It's hot. So we started up here and we stopped, drank a beer, just digging bullets and lead and crap. And I bet you we didn't even get 100 yards. And he says, these are our last beers. And we turned around, we came back. I never found anything with that 2200. So I turned around and I traded it for a dry washer, a big Keen dry washer. And then I started finding gold, and I was happy. And I ended up with this mining claim kind of in the same area. And all these metal detecting people kept coming down, metal detecting. I kept running them off my claim. And I got tired of it. So me and this other guy, one day, some of you guys have heard this story too, we took sacks, big ass sacks of BBs. And we rode around on this claim and we just threw these BBs all over the place. Well, it kept all them people off. Eventually, the word got out that, hey, you go on that claim, all you're going to find is BB. So eventually it kept the people off. The sad thing was, years and years later, when I started metal detecting, even I couldn't metal detect that area because it was so full of BBs. Let's see, my lab should charge about 1/3 of their current prices. Must be something in the Aussie water. Must be. As I've said before, I don't have my detectors here, but if you take, go to Harbor Freight, get that cheap machine they got, then go get this expensive mine lab. They all have electronic box up on top with a bunch of diodes and crap in there. Then it's got a wire running down the shaft onto a coil that's got a bunch of wire wrappings around it that detects, and that's the machine. So you're going to tell me that a $6,000 machine has more diodes in it or more electronic components in it than that cheap machine with the same size of box? Really? I think it's definitely overpriced. You're paying for a brand. You're paying for a name. Absolutely. You're not paying for well, right now they're the only ones out there. So I guess in a way, I hate to say they're the best. But anyway, I wish somebody else would come along and give them a run for their money. Let's see. TW, are there some claims pretty close to the resort? There are some claims that we use here. The closest claim is about 6 miles away from here. Some people take off on their ATVs and go up there. Other people just drive up to the claims, but they're all close to this here. Dennis Hedrick, no, I'm not on my soapbox. You guys just get me going when you guys start talking my lab stuff. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's been fun again. Good. You guys believe in these? I know you do, Bird Eye. When you guys have, you guys ever heard of these old Polaroid cameras that show these? Let's see if I got these books here. Let's see, I got the books. I thought I had the book here. Let's see. I thought I had that book. I don't have that book. I thought I had it. Anyway, there's books out there that show you these auras. You take pictures and they show you auras of. Remember when Pat Keene was on the show a few weeks ago and he was talking about the gases that escape from the ground, and you take pictures and you can see these different gases. I think the Indians years ago they used to call them ghosts. They used to think they were seeing ghosts when they would see these gases escape up. But I had these books. I don't know what I did with them. Maybe they're next door. But anyway, so I've been going out. So anyway, these old Polaroid cameras, for some reason, it's the way that like the light comes in to the camera. They do things differently than other cameras do. So I got this Polaroid camera. Now, bird eye, you tell me if these are really cool. I think you've seen these. So I went out to this area where I think there's these, and you're supposed to take these pictures right after the. Oh, I went blurry again. I either got too close or too far away. I got to get myself back into focus. Hello, I'm over here. Focus on me. Okay, there we go. Maybe you should test the Polaroid to see if it detects gases escaping after eating a couple. Okay. TW, I'm a club member, just had issues finding some of the claims. You can always just send me a message, TW, and I can always try to help you on the claims, where you're at and what claims and stuff like that there. Richard Duke, who is the show next week? Is Pete and Joe. They're from back east, big metal detecting people. They do Civil War stuff and all that type of stuff. Anyway, so these pictures, see? So I took pictures with this Polaroid camera. You don't see nothing in there. But you start to do it after the sun goes down. Now then, so they're all in the same thing. There's right there, you start to see a little something maybe starting to come up. And then I did another one, and you see a little more something start to come up right there. Then I did another one. Now you start to see it a little more better. And then you really see it good there. So you take these pictures, and this is the area where I've got to go out to investigate because there's a bunch of signs and symbols there. Now, I know that Birdman was out when we were out searching one time. We saw the writings on this one area and playing around there. And then right below that, that's where this hole was. And this hole was probably, I don't know, maybe 12 inches in diameter. And it went back and then it opened up. So I could stick my metal detector all the way in it. Of course, it was empty. There was a big rock in front of it. And that told me that somebody had already probably found the treasure, whatever was in there. Now, the writings that are above there, the funny thing is, what I have, I've got a bunch of books on markings and treasures, so bird eye. One of them, if you look at the pictures, the one that goes down, that meant step down or go down to the right, because that's how it's going. And then there's up above, that's the 5, and that 5 is whatever they call that 5 bars or whatever that is, which I believe a var is what, almost 3 feet, I think it is, or somewhere around there. So that would be something like about 15 yards or something. That was about where this hole was. So the markings basically said where this treasure was at. But somebody else already found it anyway. So KJC dead drop. I was wondering about that. Me too, Tommy. Still waiting on crevice too. Oh, you guys still haven't got your stuff? Because we were talking about the other day. Somebody had mentioned that. We'll have to get a hold of Pat to find out how come that stuff hasn't been. I know he's been sent a couple messages, but he may not always check his stuff. So you guys that never received your stuff yet, we will check on that. I'll make a note to check that stuff out. Okay. I will do that. Okay. Craig Carter, we are on the same wavelength tonight. Uh-oh. That's scary. You guys are on the same wavelength. Yeah. Don't lie to me. All right. Okay, so yeah, I don't know where my books went. they were here. That's where I had all of my books here together. But there was a couple books that talk all about that type of stuff. But they're not here. So I guess they're next door. So anyways, okay. That's what's happening on my side, guys. So anyways, quick show tonight. Like I say, next week we'll have some guests come here and then they can do all the talking. What's your favorite pinpoint, Jack? I like the Garrett Carrot. That's a good question. I one time did a video of the Garretts and the Mind Labs and those cheap $25 pinpointers, and I really found no difference in the pinpointers. They all, detected. I actually almost thought the cheap $25 detector or pinpointers were almost better than some of them expensive ones. But I like the whites that whatever they call that. You can't, white's out of business now, but I enjoyed that pinpointer. Fisher has a good one. I think it's like a pulse induction type pinpointer that Fisher has. I've never really tried it. I know people that said they really like that, but supposedly, like you have to touch ground first before you use it or some type of weird thing. But Carrot's a good one. I've got the Carrot, but like I say, and I've got the Profine, the 3500, the stupid ass Mind Lab one, and I started having problems with it. What a coincidence! I started having problems with that. It was like I'd turn it on, brand new battery in it. I'd turn it on, put it in the hole, not getting any signal. I'm thinking, what the frick? Where'd the target go? Run it over with the detector. Nope, it's still there. Put down the pinpointer. It's not detecting it. Look at the pinpoint. Oh, sucker's off. Turn it back on. Look at the light. Yep, it's on. Stick it back in the hole. Nothing detect. Look, it's off. What the hell? So I quit using the Mind Lab, and then I started using the Garrett, and then eventually I just went to the whites, and so that's the one I like. I like that white pinpointer. I'm not touching it. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Okay, so Garrett pinpointer, love it. I almost caught a rabbit with the gold ring on its ear. Ask the ghost next door where the books are. What books? Oh, those books. Yeah. I don't know what happened to them. I thought they were here. Anyway, I was going to show you these books, but the one book, it shows you the gases that are coming out of the ground. What I was talking about that they catch. And some digital cameras will take them. I've talked to people that, certain cameras, and you set it up where it'll take a picture like every few seconds. So you point it at a certain mountain range and you just let it take pictures. And then you'll have to go through thousands of pictures, but then all of a sudden, maybe in one or two pictures, it's like a lightning strike or something where a certain area will just light up. So those are always where they'd go investigate to look for these treasures too, because of the heat in the area. Mind Lab kept breaking around cover to the battery compartment, cracking, leaking water went through too. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people, and there's a lot of posts on the internet about people taking these waterproof Equinoxes in the water and they're leaking on them and they're having problems with them. A lot of people with the knuckles where the coil is attached to the rod is breaking on them and they're having to fix them or repair them with super glue or whatever else they can find on them because they're cheaply made. Let's see, started on the crown and cake a little early, waiting for the wheel. All right, hey, don't get too wasted or you'll miss it tomorrow, man. But yeah, lots of stuff tomorrow. So 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll spend that with. Okay, guys, that's all I got to talk about. So let's go ahead and we'll end this show here. It's been on for an hour now. So we'll go ahead and go through this here. But like I said, next week, Joe Pete will be on the show, and they can do all the talking. Those guys are talkers. They're really good. They got a lot of information. They got a lot of history stuff to show, and they can show everything, and I just kind of kick back and just let them guys just talk. But anyways, I sure appreciate all you guys coming along, hanging with us. So you guys all have yourself a fantastic week. Check out the videos, like, share, subscribe. If you're part of the YouTube channel, hey, sure appreciate all you guys. If you're not, go ahead, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. So anyways, you guys all take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you guys all next week. So hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Be safe, man.